totally honest, mentally, I can barely handle myself sometimes. I feel like adding a child to that, for me personally, for my mental health, absolutely diabolical. Hello everyone, welcome to my personal channel. I'm back after 4 years.
Boo! You stink!
If you know me, hey. And if this is your first time seeing me, then hi, I'm Ashley. I actually have a main channel that's called Ashley Ann, and over there I talk about music stuff. My main focuses are Michael Jackson, the band Queen, and K-pop. But over here we're gonna be doing more personal content, more non-music related topics, basically stuff that doesn't fit with my main channel. So yeah, we're gonna see how this goes. Thank you to everyone who came over here and subscribed from my Instagram and my other YouTube channel. I see you guys. I didn't want to do a super serious video for my first video on here in a while, but I wanted to do something that I am pretty passionate about, and that is being a woman in the US of A and how I feel about bearing children and all that comes with having children. I was scrolling on TikTok like 2 days ago, and I saw that Chappell Roan, I'll have to look up what the podcast was because I already forgot the name, but she was talking to someone about how a lot of her friends that she knows are not happy with having children and they seem very miserable. It has created this like whole debate on TikTok, and you know, it's a lot of mothers on TikTok, it's a lot of people who don't have children like myself, those that choose not to have children like myself. It's been a big topic, so we're gonna get into that today. I am gonna show the Chappell Roan clip in here.
All of my friends who have kids are in hell. I don't know anyone, I actually don't know anyone who's like happy and has children at this age. I have like a 1-year-old, like 3-year-old, 4 and under, 5 and under. I literally have not met anyone who's happy.
I'm gonna share my personal opinion. Disclaimer, I know so many women who have children and have, like, not only do they have a child, they have chosen to have another child and another child and another child. Like, I know some people with like 3 to 4 children. So I understand that some people really do want to be mothers, and I don't shame that at all. When people say they support women, they're feminist, we are supporting women who also want to be mothers and have children. There's plenty of people I know in my life who are mothers, they seem very happy, they have a lot, you know, a good amount of children, they're married, they're living their life, they don't, you know, shame anybody that doesn't want kids, like they are just doing them, you know. But there are also women like myself who don't want that and, you know, feel very strongly about it. And so I did want to say that. I've heard some people say both sides are annoying because some people view the childless by choice women as like, oh, I'm going to put down women that choose to have children. Basically, some people view childless by choice women as child haters, like they just hate children. And there are some people out there that truly do hate children. I do not hate children, I just know for a fact I don't want my own, literally ever. And then there are people that are like, oh, the women that are having children and are like really upset by what Chappell Roan said are projecting, and like they seem like they want to constantly put down women that choose to be childless by choice, saying we'll never find joy in life, like motherhood is so rewarding, you don't understand true joy until you become a mother, which both of those sides are very extreme. Hating children, very extreme. Telling other women that they won't find true joy without having kids, very extreme. Like very odd on both sides. I tried to be a happy medium, right? I took some notes because I didn't want to forget anything. So why am I choosing not to have kids? Biggest reason, the world we live in, especially someone living in the US. Women's healthcare is honestly a joke here. It is a joke. I mean, you're telling me I gotta go all, you know, and everybody has different experiences through their pregnancy. Some women have very easy pregnancies and some women it's literal torture. I would rather just not find out what that would be like for me. I would just say, you know what, I'm good, I don't wanna know. Personally. But the fact that we go in the hospital, deliver the baby, and we're like already in debt and the baby just got here from delivering it, Like, we gotta buy diapers, we gotta buy food. So that's just crazy to me. You know, the fact that giving birth in the hospital is already so much here in the US is diabolical. The complications of pregnancy, I can't really go into this a lot because censorship is strong on YouTube, but basically there was a situation in the state of Georgia that involves what happened during someone's pregnancy and she ended up being arrested. The complications of it terrify me because with the way our laws are becoming more and more extreme when it comes to how women are treated in the healthcare system during their pregnancy and afterwards, I don't want to take the risk for my sake and of course the child's sake. You know, just their future, like the child's future. I'm very scared to send a child to school right now. I mean, I don't know how I would handle all this. Global warming. I mean, there's plenty of reasons to not have children. Financially, huge one, huge one. I've got 5 cats. That's enough. Honestly, I know people say, oh, childless cat ladies, you know, y'all are the worst, you're miserable. Like, no, I'm pretty happy. I don't know about everyone else. I'm pretty happy. I've seen mothers that have children that are very happy. Like, I leave them alone, they leave me alone, we live our lives, we're happy, right? I know it's not the same having children versus having cats. It's not exactly the same by any means. But I find the like nurturing, mothering instinct through taking care of my cats. And I love my cats. There's actually one on the couch right there. It's a moon pie. For me, that's enough. And just being totally honest, mentally, I don't know about anyone else, but I feel like, you know, the mental health crisis is real. I can barely handle myself sometimes, you know? I feel like adding a child to that would be, for me personally, for my mental health, absolutely diabolical. Not a good idea at all. I would never want to have children and regret it or feel resentment toward my children. You know how people say protect your peace? Well, I have really protected my peace, and to the point where some people may think, oh my God, your life is so boring and like the same every day. How do you even enjoy your life? But for me, it's great. You know, I just know for a fact I would get overly stimulated from children all the time. I worked with children for 4 years and that was enough for me personally. I would just want to make sure I'm a good mom, and if I feel any hint of I don't think I can mentally handle this, I don't want to give it a try and then fail those children. You know what I mean? Or that child. Don't want that. That's my thoughts and opinions. All right, that was kind of a lot. I could honestly, there's probably things I didn't even touch on. Like, for example, maternity leave is a joke as well here in the US. Okay, and I'm mainly speaking on the US because let me just say I have been out of the state. I've traveled before, but I've never been out of the country. So for the record, I listen to Chappell Roan casually. I do like her music, but I also don't keep up with her like every single day. So there's stuff I've probably missed along the way that she said or, you know, done. She said this on the podcast and a lot of people were just not happy with what she said. I was like, wow, that was kind of intense. But she's also not talking about mothers directly, which is something a lot of people have brought up. She's not talking about mothers directly. She's not singling out, calling out a person, their name and stuff, but she did say, my friends seem miserable. People she knows seem miserable. I mean, I hope she told them that she was gonna say this on the podcast. A lot of people have been like, oh, you know, she is, I guess, putting motherhood into this one particular way. Like, all mothers are miserable, and I personally believe that is not what she said. She said people she knows, her friends. She's not talking about TikTok moms on the internet, which, by the way, like, I'm sorry, but I have always felt some way about family vloggers, family TikTokers. I hate it. Hate it. I have to say that this is an uncomfortable conversation. Like, there are women that enjoy motherhood, but motherhood is also hard, and I've seen so many moms saying, I agree with Chappell Roan's take, even though I love being a mom. There are some really hard parts of being a mom. She didn't lie. I'll put in some clips of actual moms talking about it on here, you know, from TikTok. Since they are mothers, they have the experience that I don't have.
Folks are pretty mad that Chappell said that in that interview, but like, no lies detected. I honestly don't understand why people are pissed off at her for this, because it is terrible to be a mother in America. It is a lonely, unsupported, stressful job to be a mother of small children in America. I don't know why anybody would sign up to do it, especially in Trump's 2025 America. We don't have a village here in America. Toxic individualism underpins everything in our society. And not only that, but like, we don't have paid maternal leave. 40% of America's pregnant women are on Medicaid and they're about to lose their coverage. Between 30 and 40% of children, depending on where you live in the country, are on Medicaid and they're about to lose their health care coverage. Mothers are watching all of the programs that are supposed to help support their children, their schools, lunches, SNAP benefits, support for kids with disabilities, all of those being stripped away. I was lonely, I was exhausted. Being the primary caregiver for multiple small people who need you 24/7 is absolutely exhausting. Motherhood should not be thankless, it should not be miserable. It absolutely is challenging and difficult and tiring, but it should be sustainable, it should be worthy, it should be something that brings you joy as well. But it is absolutely 100% this culture that makes it miserable and untenable, and something that more and more young women are choosing to opt out of.
I might delete this later, but I'm going to speak my piece on the Chappell Roan situation, because when she said what she said about motherhood, I was not surprised. I have never heard a single positive word come out of her mouth. You are such a negative person, which makes me think that you are also surrounding yourself with negative people. So yeah, that makes sense that she's getting fed information from her mom friends that is negative, bigger content. But also it's really funny because I feel like exactly what she needs is a child to like bring that happiness and bring that love in her heart, because she clearly knows nothing of what that feels like, and it's hard to like speak on it if you've never even experienced it. So she doesn't really have room to be talking anyway.
Chappell Roan.
But
Chappell
like,
Roan is not your enemy in this cause, my fellow mothers. Okay, the enemy is the US government. Chappell Roan sounds exactly like every other person in their mid to late 20s who doesn't have children that I know. They're like, oh my God, that seems so freaking scary and bad. And they're not wrong. It is scary and bad. Is it also the most beautiful experience that I have ever participated in my whole life and ever hope to participate in? Absolutely. Has it made me exactly who I am today? Fundamentally changed the core of my DNA? Absolutely.
From my perspective, I know it's a taboo topic to say like, hey, I'm actually not really enjoying certain aspects of motherhood, or I'm not okay, I'm miserable. Like, that happens to a lot of mothers, and I think we need to just sit with that and acknowledge that that is a lot of mothers' truth. And that doesn't make them terrible people. You know, being a mom is not easy. From what I've seen, a girl with the list, you know, telling all these things that happen to women during pregnancy, during childbirth, you know, afterwards. I mean, I think it is very important. And this is not me being negative. This is not me shaming moms. It is so important to know what you are getting into. Know what can come with pregnancy. Know the risk. I mean, I know it's not easy to talk about. It's uncomfortable. But like, we've got to acknowledge it. This is coming from a place of like, I want women to feel safe, protected, you know, okay during pregnancy, during childbirth, afterwards. Like, we should be supported. But in the world we live in, again, especially in the US, it's very difficult to have that, and it shouldn't be, but it is, and that's just an uncomfortable reality. And I'm not saying it's every woman's reality, but it's a lot of women's reality, and I think it's important for us to talk about it. I think that's really all I have to say. I've talked a lot. It's my first time doing a video like this, so you know, don't be too mean to me, okay? I do think, yes, motherhood can be great. Yes, you can experience great joy in motherhood. I've worked with children. There's so many children I've had great moments with. I was dealing with these children from like 4 to 8 hours a day, sometimes a little more. So, you know, when I'd come home, I was like, okay, I'm glad it's just me and my cats and my boyfriend. Like, but yeah, y'all let me know what you think in the comments. Obviously, I don't ever plan on having children. I don't want to. I am fine with my cats. That is enough responsibility. It's just my thoughts. Other people on, you know, TikTok that have children. I know there's a few of you guys from my other channel that do have children. What do you guys think? I want to hear how you feel. Of course, everybody just be respectful. You know, I'm not trying to shame moms. I'm not trying to say that my way is the only right way. Also, I'm gonna try to do something like cuter with the background for this channel. I just don't really know yet. We're gonna probably change some things as this channel goes on, but yeah, y'all let me know what you think in the comments, and I will see you guys, I guess, next month. Bye guys.